What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is somehow the end of August. I don't know how that happened already, but you know what that means, the end of the month. Well, I think actually it's September 1st when you guys are seeing this, so happy 1st of September. And we have a favorites video to do. Now, I really, going into this month, I felt like I didn't really have a lot of things that I was gonna have at the end of the month, and then I compiled a really great list. So I'm actually so excited about this month's favorites. And I also am slightly unsure about how I feel about this, like, shifting of the background for my favorites videos. I know last video I was in my kitchen, didn't love that. We're back in the office, but now that I have a bed in here, I can't like put it straight on. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I think it's all right. It's whatever. We're gonna still do it anyway. We're getting into the favorites, so let me shut up and get on into it. We are going to start with the beauty category first because I do have quite a few things in this category, so let's get on into it. And I'm proud to tell you that this month I have actually a lot of affordable drugstore type products. So go me for keeping up with that for another month. And first we're gonna start off with some foaming body wash. And this you can get at Ulta, I think also Target, I don't know what else, but I got mine at Ulta and it is in the scent Jasmine Sandalwood. I love a foaming body wash. I don't know what it is. I just prefer it over a gel, and then I use it with that little silicone loofah, and it's just like so sudsy and clean, but the smell of this is fantastic. I really love sandalwood just in general, but I think it's got a really nice scent that lingers a lot longer than you would expect for a drugstore kind of body wash. So I am so happy with this, and I've gone through pretty much almost the whole bottle, but it's lasted a really long time. I also feel like foaming body washes do, because I feel like you need less since it foams up so much. So 10 out of 10 on the body wash recommendation of the month. Moving into a couple of different hair products. This I have been wanting to try because I do love Redken. I'm still using the Redken Extreme Lengths shampoo and conditioner along. I've been like rotating it with the next thing I'm gonna tell you. But this is a hair cream, cleansing cream. And whenever I do like my hair masks, which I've been doing a lot of like color depositing masks or toners and glosses and whatnot, every now and then I like to really make sure that I do a full clarifying wash. And the reason I really like this one is because you can kind of leave it in for up to 5 minutes. So this is a little bit more of an intense clarifier. So what this is good for is if you feel like you have a lot of buildup in your hair, you use a lot of products, you get your hair done often, or if your hair is kind of feeling like a little dull, or maybe you don't like the tone of it, using a really good high quality not conditioning, this is definitely not conditioning, deep clarifying shampoo will really help that. And like for me, I like to do it before I go get my hair glosses, so she doesn't have to work through any additional product, you know? This one is claiming to be a pH balancing formula. This, I've used it 3 times this month already, which is kind of a lot for 1 month, but I did a toner that I didn't love, and so I wanted to get it out of my hair, and I used this and it definitely works. So a little bit more on the expensive side, but also a really, really good quality clarifying shampoo, and it didn't strip my hair. Alongside with that, like I said, I've been rotating, and I'm sure you guys have heard of this girl, Abby Young, on TikTok. She is like the hair girly of the TikTok, and she really likes like drugstore style products like Pantene, L'Oreal, for Dove I think is the other one. The Intense Repair Mask Serum that I got, that I talked about in last month's favorites video, that was per her recommendation as well. So she really loves these L'Oreal Elvive Glycolic Gloss Shine Boosting Shampoo and Conditioner. And then I also have the serum that I put in my hair when it's damp. I love this. Number one, this is also another very, very heavily foaming product, which like for me with a hair, just like in my hair, everything, I love a good foam. And so this really suds up nicely. But I will tell you, like even Delaney has mentioned when I've washed my hair with this, she's like, your hair looks really shiny. And I know it's obviously like much healthier and I'm doing a lot of masks and whatnot, but like in general, I feel like this really, really adds a lot of shine to my hair. And I think that after I do like a toning mask or a color depositing conditioner, it's been really helpful, and I have just washed with it last night, so this is kind of what we're working with today, and I love it. Affordable, smells great, and according to the Abby Young TikTok queen, hair queen, she says it is safe to use on your hair. Now, obviously, because I'm not really like bleached anymore, I don't feel like I care as much. Like I think I was really unnecessarily bougie about the like high-end products on my hair when I was blonde. But now that I'm more like natural colored, I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll try it. But I really like it, and I think that it looks really nice. And as I mentioned, with my color depositing masks and all of those things I've been doing over the last couple of months since dyeing my hair red, I have tried so many. I've tried IGK, I've tried Overtone, I've tried DP Hue, obviously the Redken gloss. I've now done R&Co gloss, and then the Kristen S. So six total. And the Kristen S gloss, which I don't have right now because I just used it. This was last week. And it is in the color Copper Penny, not sure. And out of all of the like copper red warm glosses or color depositing masks that I have used, the Kristen S one has been my favorite. Love that it's affordable, but I think the reason I love it the most is because it mimics a lot of the like Redken Shades EQ. If you're familiar with the way that they do their glosses, it's like just like any other gloss, your gloss and then your developer, or some salons use like a 20 volume developer, but then like Redken has their own developer, right? And so Kristen S, when you get it, it's already in like an actual hair gloss bottle, and it's pre-measured, and then you have to add the developer to it, and you shake it just like you would get a color gloss at a salon. So one, I love that. Two, I think the color was perfect. I absolutely loved it. It wasn't too orange. When I did the Overtone one, I felt like it was a little too orange. Like I didn't love the dimension in it, you know what I mean? And I think that the Kristen S one just kind of did a nice mix of like, you know, orangey red warmth, but then like still kind of kept my natural brown from being too muddy. And I think that's kind of hard when you have darker roots, because I do have dark hair. And when you add sometimes color depositing masks on top of it, it can look a little like iffy. So I absolutely love it so much. But the one thing that and this is just no matter what, because it's red, right? It is so messy. And granted, I have like white shower, okay? Like everything in that shower is white. So when I rinse that out, it looks like a bloodbath in there. It's all over the fucking walls. It takes me so long to clean it. I had to bleach my shower yesterday. So like, it's not an easy like, oh, rinse out. No. You got to clean your shower like hardcore if you have red hair, obviously. I think in general, the Kristen S products that I've tried, I've really liked so far. And I think the color payoff was great. The longevity of it, I've washed it already twice since then, and I think it still looks so vibrant. So highly recommend if you're in the market for like a color enhancing or just like a vibrancy style toner. But what I have been doing also, I guess you could consider this number 7, in my shower, what I've been mixing with my conditioner is the Clenditioner in the color Copper. The reason I'm not doing red is because I think my hair obviously, you know, naturally is like warm in this tone that it's in right now. And so when I add too much red to it, it either gets like bright red or it's like that purpley hue that I didn't like before with the mahogany. So I went with the copper one, and I just mix a couple of pumps with my conditioner. And I think that that kind of keeps the vibrancy of it. And I only put that on my ends. So I'm not doing that obviously in my roots. I just mix it, put it in through the ends, leave it in for like 2 minutes, and then rinse it out. And I've been loving it. So I am officially, I feel like, so well versed on the different at-home color depositing masks and glosses. And the top 2 for me out of all of them so far have been Kristen S and that Clenditioner Copper color. And lastly, in the beauty category, this is another L'Oreal product. L'Oreal has been really winning me over lately, and this is their Revital Lift 2.5 hyaluronic, I think. Yeah, hyaluronic acid and caffeine. And this kind of reminds me of The Ordinary, but here's my thing, okay? 2 parts to this. Number 1, look at this applicator. Okay, so it's got like these little metal rolling balls that you roll underneath your eyes. And 2, the only reason why I've struggled with under eye serums or creams in the morning, because I'm really religious about it at night. Every single night I do my eye cream. But in the morning, I've been skipping it because every time I put makeup on top of any type of eye cream, serum, like all the ones I've tried, it pills and it looks really bad where I put my brightening concealer from Kosas. And so I tried this, and this has been so great. Number one, for depuffing, and number two, because it does not pill underneath my makeup. So I have been so excited that I finally found something, like on a whim, by the way. And that's always how that happens. Like when you're not looking for something, you find it. And I love this. I've used it every single day. I don't know if I really feel like it's done a lot for fine lines and wrinkles like it claims to, because it's just hyaluronic acid and caffeine. But I do think that in general, it's a great morning eye serum, and especially if you're someone who deals with like a super dry under eye. Let's move into the food category, my other favorite category. And I feel like lately in my favorites videos, it's been kind of lacking. So hopefully I will make up for it in this video, but we're gonna start off first with the Tres Leches Buffin muffin. And this surprised me, because I don't think that Tres Leches is something that I would have normally like gravitated towards. It's just not really like a dessert that I like. And Lainey was worried that it was going to be too like wet at the bottom, because that's obviously what Tres Leches is. And they definitely tried with it. Like they have a little bit of that like more moisture filled center, but it wasn't anything like what I expected it to taste like. And it's more of like, it kind of reminds me of angel food cake a little bit, like a little light and airy. And then the center is like a whipped light kind of like vanilla with a little bit of cinnamon. Really, really good. And the macros on that one are a little less than the other muffins for some reason. So I thought it was delicious. It's going into my top 5. I can no longer just have top 3 muffins, because my top 5 favorites they're just all so good. And if you didn't see my Buffin Muffin video, I'll link that as well, because those are definitely like a full in-depth review of all of the muffins, opening them, giving a rating, putting them in tiers. Like I really did the most, okay, for that Buffin video. So go check that one out. But the Tres Leches, 10 out of 10. Okay, next up we have Eggo protein waffles. And I had these in my full day of eating, talked about them, loved them, went through a whole box, and this is now my second box. They are so good. If Eggo stops making these or changes the formula, I officially will give up with all frozen waffles altogether. But so far, the buttermilk vanilla, it's the only one I've tried flavor-wise, but I love these. I think they nailed the texture, they nailed the consistency, and granted, it's not like 25 grams of protein, so probably that's why it tastes as good as it does. It's only 10, but for 4.5 fat and 26 carb, I mean, it's a better alternative to like just a regular frozen waffle. You know what I mean? Especially if you're someone who is trying to eat more protein. I mean, you just can't really go wrong. And the other thing I like about this too is I think there's like, how many is in here? There's 10. And you know, like when you buy fancy waffles, like the Kashi or Vans or whatever, they usually give you like 6. And it's so expensive for no reason. So I love that you're getting a little bit more with these Eggo waffles. And as a certified frozen waffle hater, I think these are really good. It's kind of funny. And it is opened like a squirrel, because that's how I open things. This is a Texas toast from Rudy's Rocky Mountain Bakery, okay? And Lainey and I were making steaks one night. We went to Whole Foods, we got our steaks, and we really wanted garlic knots is what we wanted. And they didn't have any, so we went to the frozen section, and they didn't have the regular like Texas toast brand, you know, if you ever had that, which is pretty good, but like, I don't really care about a Texas toast, you know, like I know some people love Texas toast, right? Whatever, we got these. This is one of those things. You get 4 slices in here, but it is made with sourdough, okay? Not macro friendly whatsoever. These, for 1 slice, has 19 grams of fat, 48 carb, 13 protein though. So, hey, you know, let me tell you something. We put these in the air fryer. We took a bite and looked at each other and we were like, holy shit. I don't know what in the world they did to these, but this is probably the best Texas toast / garlic bread, whatever the heck you want to call it, I've ever had in my entire life. And we are saving these for our next special occasion. But if you like Texas toast and you like that brand and like maybe your family has them for dinner or whatever, get this brand just once. Just try it and report back to me, because I swear to you, these are so good. These are new. They just came out, so I haven't gone through the whole bag of these. And I talked about these in particular, I want to say when I was in North Carolina, they had them in Wegmans in the s'mores flavor, I want to say is what I really liked. And they're kind of like these little puffed rice cake, little drizzle. And of course, this is pumpkin spice because we're basic. These are made with rice, whole grain quinoa, chia, and flax seeds. It's got very minimal ingredients, pumpkin powder, cinnamon, and they're just really addicting. Like this brand in general is so hard to eat just 1 serving, but you do get a lot for the serving size. So on a healthier alternative for like a chippy kind of snack if that's what you like. These are 3 fat, 15 carb, 1 protein, 1 fiber, like nothing crazy, but it's for 21 pieces, which is kind of a lot for this, and they're light. So I really, really like these. I haven't had them in a while. To be honest, I haven't even seen like this brand in a long time, and I am so excited because you know I love me some pumpkin. Speaking of things I haven't talked about or had in a while, this surprised me, okay? So I got it from TikTok Shop, no joke. And I did a live taste test on my TikTok for these new sour because I kept seeing the ads. And one thing about me, the ads will get me, but then I like to be the voice of reason that's like, this ad was full of shit, don't buy it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've built up that rapport over the years to where like, if I buy something that was hyped out and it wasn't good, I'll tell you. And that's 100% what I thought was gonna happen with these, because I'll be honest, I got kind of sick of Built Bars. Like, I really liked the puffs, and up until I would say like when we moved here, I was buying them pretty regularly, and then I just kind of stopped because I was eating them too much. You know, I do that a lot where I get something and I eat it so much that I can't stand it. And so I haven't had the puffs in a really long time, and they came out with these sour puffs, and I was literally like, there is no way that that's gonna be good. I was like, there's just no fucking way. Like, how are you gonna have chocolate and sour? It was like the Oreos. Remember when we tried the chocolate Sour Patch Kids Oreos? Disgusting, did not like that. And so I fully expected this to be the same. And I will tell you, I was pleasantly surprised. So they do have a white chocolate coating, but in my opinion, it's more of like a yogurty kind of coating. And then they have those crystals, like the sour crystals on the outside. Out of the 3 flavors they released, which was blue raspberry, peach, and apple, the green apple was actually my favorite. And it definitely kind of tasted like a little bit of a Jolly Rancher, and it wasn't as sour as you would think, but it also wasn't as sweet. Like, it wasn't like you bit into it and you were like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can get those sweet things and you're just like, ugh, too much. But it wasn't like that. And I truly was expecting to think this was gonna be disgusting, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I don't know, let me know if you guys tried these. I thought they were really good, and I definitely will be buying more just because it's different, and I don't know that they're gonna have them for a long time. So if you wanna try something a little different, I do think the cheapest place to buy them is TikTok Shop, but I think my code also still works on the website, so it's Mander10. Honestly, I have not had anyone use that in a very long time, so I don't know. But let me know because I think they're really good. Another thing, I got a new vacuum. And I know what you're thinking, Manders, why? You have so many vacuums. And I know, but the stick vacuum that I had from Wise was driving me nuts in a lot of ways, and it was also old. So I was like, all right, we need a new stick vacuum. And I am ride or die for my Shark vacuum, my Shark Stratos pet one. That's what I use for pretty much everything. And so I was like, all right, let me get the stick self-cleaning, whatever the heck. It was on sale. So I got it, and it is worth the hype. That's one of those things. But like, I love a good vacuum. I love when a vacuum like really, really works well. It's got its own charging thing. And then when you put it on the charging thing, you press this button and it sucks out all of the like hair and the dust from the compartment and puts it in the base. And then you just clean the base every so often. So I think that's pretty cool. And then it also automatically adjusts based on the floor type. So when you run over like a carpet or something, it just automatically switches. And I like the light at the bottom. It's not quite as bright as like the Dyson one that shows you like all the dust and debris on your floor, but it's a pretty bright light for that. So I really like it. And you know, I do consider myself to be a cleaning queen. So I think that that vacuum is amazing if you're looking for like a more affordable stick cordless vacuum that's not like a $700 Dyson. Lastly, in the fitness category, just a little shoe for you this month because look at this color. Okay, I bought these solely because of the color. Delaney and I got matching ones. We sure did. And I actually haven't had a rad shoe since a little over a year ago, maybe, the white ones with the brown gum. Because to be honest with you, they came out with the new version. I think these are the V2s. The ones that they made before these, after the ones I had, I thought were so ugly. And I was like, all right, well, I don't like them. But I really, really liked them for CrossFit. They are definitely a little bit more narrow than my Reeboks, which have been something I've worn for years in CrossFit. But I think the reason I really like these is just because they're a little bit more stable and they're not as soft as the Reeboks. So I think that these are a little bit comparable to the Noble like hard shoe ones, not the mesh ones. And when I just saw this color, I was like, oh, I need a hot pink. And so every time I wear this, everyone comments like, where are those shoes from? And it is from the brand Rad Global. I think they're an Australian brand actually, but if you watch the games, not the games. Wait, was it the games? Did that just happen? Yeah. All the big athletes were rocking these. I thought it was so cute that Justin Medeiros was wearing the pink ones, and I just love them. I highly recommend. I think the only thing I dislike about any flat shoe in general, though, what I will say is like when I do double unders or something where I'm jumping up and down a lot, whether it's like box jumps, double unders, even walking lunges, I feel with the flat sole, I do feel like my feet hurt afterwards. But then it's like, I don't want a super supportive arched shoe because I don't want my foot to be rolling. I don't know. But out of all the CrossFit shoes I've tried, I think I still always go back to, like, I would say Noble and Reebok. Like my Reebok Nanos are like OGs. And then the Noble ones have been really nice because they're super light. But then I think this is just a little bit more stable and like solid, you know? So anyways, new shoe of the month. We'll be wearing these to Wadapalooza, which is in literally 3 weeks when you guys are seeing this video. Crazy. And you know that we will be vlogging the process because Cody will be there, and that will be like so much fun. I cannot wait for that. So I'm looking forward to it, and I don't know what else I have coming up for you guys upcoming for this next video. I haven't decided yet, so I will see you in whatever video that is next. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe so you never miss Monday with Manders, and I will see you in next week's video.